Ashenee Come Home, written by L.M. Wasylciw and narrated by Jack Wynters. Foreword to the novel Ashenee Come Home. We know who we are, we know from where we came, and we accept our natural destiny. We are spirits living a human experience. The earth constantly groans, moans and grinds. She will forever turn and is continually changing, evolving as she shifts and reveals herself in signs. This book is dedicated to the families of the lost sisters and in memory of the many hundreds of missing and murdered Aboriginal women. Also to the next generation who will inherit this world. Together we must make it a better place in which to live. Chapter 1. The Canadian prairies are a geographic wonder, ever pleasing to the eye. Scrubby trees sweep down from the northern boreal forests before shrinking away to form bands of sandy hills that shape the horizon. They extend to open floodplains, wet meadows of marshes and oxbow ponds that creep outwards, growing towards deep gorges of complex valleys lined with rivers that twinkle like ribbons of sapphires, stretching endlessly. It is a landscape that is evolving, always changing. Amongst that beauty are intricacies, minute complexities that go deeper than what appears to be on the surface, emitting what might be a whisper or a growl, warnings of what is yet to come. The wise observe those sights and sounds, be it the bending of the grass in the summer breeze, the lapping of the lakes licking the shorelines, the streaks of lightning as they flicker over the vast, uncannily blue sky, the northern lights as they dance to an unheard tune, the trickling of the spring thaw under the bed of snow, or the hush of the day when dawn breaks the sky. Wise men listen closely for any and all signs, for it might reflect a warning of what is yet to come. A tornado, an earthquake, a flood, or a new so-called civilization coming to steal their lands. From early times, the first people abided by the weather and lived under the sky, honing those skills long learned before making the crossing over the land bridge between Russia and Alaska, ever watching, scanning the horizon for changes and warnings, be it rain, wind, sleet, or hail. For thousands of years the grasses of the prairies waved and danced their routines, synchronized with the seasons, the comings and goings of the wildlife, and the perpetual migration of the aboriginals who were first to arrive. That land had grown accustomed to the caress of the leather-shod moccasins of those early people. But after all those years, even with their sharply tuned ears, the people of the First Nations had not foreseen the coming of change, nor recognized the signs. Hard-soled shoes, harshly bending the blades of grass, and wagon trains with enormous wheels rolling westward, cutting deeply into the soil, leaving scars that would never be erased. The newcomers came from the east, over the sea in large ships, driving into the force of the prevailing winds. They came seeking new land, and once ashore believed that they had discovered a new world. The people of the First Nations fought for the lands on which they had settled thousands of years before. Battles hard fought were lost. The early pioneers pressed on, ever westward, determined to conquer, to occupy, and to possess. Green grass glowed red, painted with blood. Soon afterwards, forests were cut, and buildings were designed and built. The soil was broken to plant grains. And always was the drive to push the indigenous people back, further back, robbing them of their lands, isolating them, and preventing them from following their nomadic existence. Then the industrialists hammered the spikes in the great railway, and the first people's painful cries could be heard once again. The lands would be forever changed. The white men were there to stay. What
Sample complete. Ready to continue?